Today, I've got something wild to show you. This isn't your average little commuter e-bike. This is the Luckeep M5 Ultra, and it's got not one, but 2 motors, 2 batteries, full suspension, hydraulic brakes, and a claimed top speed of 32 miles per hour. And yes, I've been riding it. Let's get into it. I'm Jenny, and you're watching NextJen. Right off the bat, the M5 Ultra makes a strong first impression. It looks like a trail-ready electric tank more than a city cruiser. You've got big knobby tires, front-to-mirror suspension, a color display, built-in lighting, full fenders, and a frame that just screams "I lift." At 95 pounds, this is not a lightweight bike. You're not casually carrying this upstairs or easily tossing it in your truck. But it feels solid and planted, like it was built to take a beating and asks for more. Now let's talk specs, because this thing brings the numbers. It's powered by dual 1500 watt peak hub motors, which means you're getting a combined 3000 watts of peak power and a total of 180 newton meters of torque, 90 from each motor. That's the kind of power that just eats up hills and loose terrain. The top speed is listed as 32 miles per hour, which, if I'm being honest, I did not quite hit. Not that it can't do it, I'm just not that much of a speed demon, so I didn't push it that high. And also, that speed is not technically legal on public roads in most places on an e-bike. But for private property or off-road use, that kind of speed is wild, and will be a ton of fun if you're into that kind of thing. Just please ride safely. Any bike can get away from you quickly at 30 miles an hour, so be safe and wear the proper gear if you're going to be going that fast. And of course, do it where it's legal. Next, powering all of this is not one but 2 batteries, each a 52-volt, 20-amp-hour pack for a total of 2,080 watt-hours. That's massive. The company claims a max range of up to 160 miles. And sure, maybe that's almost possible if you keep it in pedal assist level 1 on a pancake flat road with a tailwind and you skip every hill. But in the real world, I could say that you'll probably get far less than that, especially if you're using the bike at full power. But even with the more realistic range, this has a ton of juice for the price. Braking is handled by hydraulic disc brakes, and you'll want that stopping power with how fast this bike can move. You also get a color display, full lighting package including turn signals, and built-in fenders, which all help make this feel like a complete package. There's also this cute little storage basket, though I'm not sure what I'd actually put in there. As for sizing, the bike is technically rated to fit riders from 5'2" to 6'3", though I'll say that I'm 5'3" and I barely fit. If you're shorter than me, you're probably not going to be comfortable on it since I have to tiptoe it a bit. Now let's talk about the ride. Honestly, it's surprisingly comfortable. Now the seat itself is not very padded, so don't expect like a plush cruiser feel, but the full suspension setup does a lot of the work to make this more comfortable. It handles bumps, curbs, and chatter way better than most budget full suspension bikes I've tested. The power delivery is intense. On pavement, it can feel like it wants to launch. This bike does not want to be babied, it wants to ride. That said, the legality stuff is still worth mentioning. In most areas, a bike like this with over 750 watts and going over 20 miles per hour, well, it's not considered a legal class 1, 2, or 3 e-bike. So if you're using it on the road or in bike lanes, just know that you're technically in the gray zone or maybe just plain illegal depending on your city or state's laws. I kept it in legal territory by not going over 20 miles per hour on throttle, but it'd be pretty easy to forget and suddenly find yourself back in that gray area. For off-road riding or private land, it's totally fine. This is America and you can do what you want on your own land. But just ride responsibly when you're in public and especially around other cyclists and pedestrians. The Luckeep M5 Ultra comes in at $2,100, and honestly, for what you're getting, dual motors, dual batteries, full suspension, hydraulic brakes, and the kind of power that would make most mopeds blush, that seems like a fair price. It's not for everyone, and it's definitely not for casual riders, but for someone who wants raw power and range in an affordable package, this thing delivers. So here's my final word. The Luckeep M5 Ultra is a lot of bike. It's fast, it's powerful, it's heavy, and it's not pretending to be a commuter, even if a lot of people technically still commute on it. If you want something chilled, this ain't it. But if you want something wild, something with real power and capability for off-road riding or adventure use, then this might just be your next favorite toy. Before I go, here's some of the great answers I got to my last question. And this week, I want to ask you all, what would you name this pretty yellow e-bike if you could? Let me know in the comments below and make sure you're subscribed, then I'll choose a few answers from subscribers that I really liked to feature at the end of one of my next videos. That's it for now. Stay charged, stay curious, hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time.